was a great movie visually. I mean, you've got flying cars, you've got androids, you've
Cityscapes.
got cityscapes, you've got food, you've got, all sorts of weird stuff. It does bring up, kind of was ahead of its time, bringing up pollution and
Mhm.
and the environment and those
Yep.
types of issues because those didn't exist at the time.
And they kind of played off it. They fed off it for the sequel because that's one
Yes.
thing about the sequel that's obvious,
Yep. Yep.
but that they never had the money to explore. I was watching a documentary about the movie, and one of the cost saving things that he had to do, part of the shoot was going to be on the Warner Brothers set. So they kept going back to it. And it's the same. If you've ever been out there, there's about 5 or 6 blocks. That's the cityscape. You've seen it in every movie and TV show for the last 60 years.
The New York
There's a New York
is there?
section.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
Mayberry type of
Yeah.
section. It's
Yeah.
like Anytown, USA type of thing. So they were like, okay, we got to shoot it here. When they brought in all the neon and all the spinners and all the cars, and he was like, this is not going to work because everybody looks and they go, oh, that's this building from this movie and this TV show. So they decided to do three things: shoot at night, shoot during the rain, and add smoke. And if you think about it, 90% of the movie, whenever it's an exterior shot, unless you're talking about like the theatrical release of the ending, all of it takes place in those three things.
It's
And
dark, it's wet.
and it
Yeah, yeah.
covers up a lot of things they would give away. So it's part of the magic of the movie making.
Yeah, there's just a side note. Some fan did this eons ago, actually mapped out Blade Runner, took a map of the New
God's
York,
sakes.
all the whole lot and
Yeah.
mapped out where everything fits so that you could actually go, I guess, go to the Warner Brothers lot
Of
and find out
course.
where they
Of
shot,
course.
whatever. Side note, I used to work in a previous life. I used to work on Wall Street, and they were filming one of the Batman movies on one of our side streets. And so from an upper floor, you could see how they shot at night.
Uh-huh.
They covered the buildings, they put
Yep.
moldings
Yep.
and all sorts
Yep.
of over the
Yep.
buildings, and they shot it in the dark. And it was really just to race the car down, a street for some
Right. Right.
scenes.
It's almost a
But
throwaway
yeah,
scene, but they had to do
it
all that stuff just to make it
exactly.
happen. Yeah.
But they stole that from
Yeah.
how, somebody learned that in Blade Runner and used that in movies later.
I mean, once you see how a movie's made for almost any movie or TV show, especially if it's at night, they have to have a big giant water truck with spray nozzles on the end. They come down and water down the street because it looks better on camera than if you shot it dry. And you never think about it, but once you see it, you don't unsee it now, you know?
That's why you gotta have the Teamsters in New York, man. They gotta water
That's
the
one
truck,
guy's
the street
job.
down. One guy, it's
He's
his
got
job, man.
1,600 gallons of water in the truck. He's got to square it all down. Yeah.
Just turn the tires just that way. The new whatever, and they could eat.
But again, it's like the there's so much to it. There's supposed to be an Easter egg, which I've never heard of before, that there's in one of the city shots. Can you remember the big giant one with the Asian woman smoking or something and the spinner goes past it? Somewhere in that mix is the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. Now I'm like, oh,
Now
now
I
I gotta go
gotta
find it.
okay.
Now I
Now I
gotta go
gotta find
find it
it.
and see if that's bullshit
Now,
or
now,
not.
now I'm making a note. I'm like, I gotta go. Yeah, okay. Now I gotta go find the Millennium Falcon. I'm gonna have to slow it down to super slow. Maybe I'll find it. I'll post it in here.
Well, there's so much to this movie, and like you said, there's stuff that went on, and then it was pushed back from between the actors to the studio to the crew to the director, and back and forth. And it's amazing it became what it is. When you look at all that, the sum total, like it shouldn't have worked,
Well, I
but it
remember
did.
seeing it originally